The room went silent. Her voice was calm, steady, yet every word felt like a stone dropped into water. "I can speak 7 languages," she said. The principal's smile faltered. His hands froze over the papers. For the first time that day, he didn't know what to say. The air in the office was heavy with the scent of old books and polished wood. Sunlight spilled across the principal's desk, but the warmth in the room was nowhere to be found. A young black girl stood before him, her hands clasped loosely in front of her. Her posture was calm, almost too calm for someone in her position. Moments earlier, she had been summoned for what was framed as a discussion about her future. In reality, it was an unspoken judgment. She had heard the whispers in the hallway, the sideways glances, the quiet sighs when she spoke in class. She knew what they saw, not the hours she spent studying in the dim light of her small bedroom, not the books she borrowed from the library in secret, not the mind that traveled continents even when her feet had never left the city. The principal leaned back in his chair, his voice measured but laced with assumption. "It's a competitive school," he said. "We just want to be sure you can keep up." Her gaze didn't waver. She remembered her grandmother's words. "Dignity is not in how loud you speak, but in how deeply your silence can be felt." She stood in that silence now, letting it settle until the tension in the room was almost unbearable. Her mind drifted for a moment to the life that had shaped her. She had been raised by a single mother who worked 2 jobs, her hands rough from years of labor. There were nights when dinner was little more than bread and tea, but the hunger never outlasted the lessons her mother pressed into her heart. That knowledge was power, and language was the bridge to any world she wished to walk in. From the age of 6, she devoured every foreign phrase she could find. French lullabies on scratched CDs, Spanish phrases from the corner shop owner, Arabic verses whispered by her neighbor's grandmother, books in Russian, Italian newspapers, Japanese poetry scribbled on old notepads. Her small bedroom had been a universe of words, each language a key to a door no one else believed she could open. Now, here she was, being quietly measured, weighed against the assumption that she did not belong. "I can speak 7 languages," she said at last, her tone even, almost casual, but the weight of it hung in the air like a struck bell. The principal blinked. 7, she nodded once, fluently. Then, without another word, she began. One by one, she spoke in each tongue, the words flowing like water over smooth stones. French, warm and lilting. Spanish, quick and rhythmic. Arabic, deep and rich. Russian, precise and sharp. Italian, soft as sunlight. Japanese, calm and deliberate. Finally, her own English, steady as an anchor. The secretary at the corner desk had stopped typing. A teacher passing by the open door slowed to listen. The air seemed to shift, as if the entire building had leaned in to hear. When she finished, there was no applause, no loud praise, only the quiet power of respect slowly replacing doubt. The principal's posture had changed. His shoulders had softened, his eyes sharper now, but not in suspicion, in recognition. "You carry more than most adults ever will," He said quietly. Her reply was simple, but it would be remembered. Respect is a language too. I just wish more people spoke it. It was the kind of sentence that would travel beyond that office, whispered from one student to another, until it became something greater than her own moment. By the time she walked out into the hallway, the stairs felt different. They were no longer measuring her. They were seeing her, and as she stepped into the sunlight, she knew her grandmother had been right all along. Strength was not in the noise you made, but in the silence you carried until the world could no longer ignore it. Sometimes the greatest power isn't in proving others wrong with anger, but in revealing who you are with grace. If you believe dignity is a language worth speaking, share this story. Tell us where you're watching from, and subscribe for more true stories that honor silent strength.